YouTube, Shikun should be here with a review of the S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Fourze Meteor Fusion States. Tamashii web exclusive release, of course, being that this is a movie form. Pretty much guaranteed exclusivity there. So on the box, very much like the other Fourze releases, except done in the nice kind of gradient purpley color that is Meteor Fusion States. You have the Fourze, the movie, everybody, space time, or whatever you want to say. For that, Mina de Uchukita. Very nice looking box. You got planets and stars and all that fun stuff. So, keeping up with the trends of Fourze. And here is the figure. And I really don't know what to say about it exactly. The thing about the figure is that it looks kind of cool, actually. It's got Meteor's star chart design going on throughout the body here. Done in a purpley gradient that I figure they're going to reuse for Hibiki, since it's the same kind of styling that he's got going on here. And the helmet's got a bunch of little speckles on it. It's actually kind of interesting. Very neat altogether, I think. I wasn't expecting that, because for some reason I just assumed that his helmet was blank, but it's actually got a bunch of little speckles on it. It's distracting, but I think it's kind of neat from a space fan perspective. So I can forgive that. Obviously you have the Meteor Galaxy going on over here because that's part of the whole Meteor Fusion thing. And the limbs are pretty much stolen straight from Cosmic in terms of coloration. So it's not a bad figure. It's composed mostly of pieces that, well, exist already. This coming from Meteor Storm, Cosmic, Meteor in general. The body is new though. At least the portions of it that are new. But still really cool altogether. I like the way it looks, actually. I wasn't a huge fan until I seen it in motion. Then I kind of warmed up to it, and I really do like the way the figure looks. It's really stunning, I think. The gradient is very shiny, and it looks really nice in person. So I have to give it that. As goofy and useless as this form is, I actually really like it in a figure form. Unfortunately, it's a floppy mess. Like this is his chest up here, and the ab crunch is really loose. The legs are really loose, so he just kind of flops about. And considering I got him the same time as I got Ryuga, well, you can kind of see where I'm going with that. Ryuga is a solid release, both in terms of joints and just being awesome. Whereas this just falls flat, and I can barely get him to stand properly sometimes. That's how kind of kooky this is. So, while I like the look of the figure, it's certainly not a very solid figure whatsoever. So kind of take that as you will. Some people might get one that's a little bit more tight than mine was. So I can't completely fault the figure for it, but coming at it from a perspective of my figure is pretty awful. These still do come out, even though they don't really need to because he doesn't come with any modules or anything. But the other modules can plug into these. They just replace like they normally would. You can put it over here, even though I don't think he can use that slot, since the whole Meteor thing. And I don't think he can use his leg slot either because of the, not the leg slot, the arm slot for that one, because of the fusion switch. If he took that out, he wouldn't be fusion anymore, wouldn't he? So, take that as you will. Despite the fact that it does come packaged with a Meteor Galaxy that has the Meteor Switch in it for the limit break, it doesn't actually have a blank Fourze Driver slot, so that can never be accurate at all, unless you take one from a past figure, in which case, hooray, but straight out of the box, you can't get anything accurate. Now you do get a pair of relaxed hands, a pointy hand for the scanning function of the Meteor Galaxy, Meteor's famous little thumbs up hands, It looks like weapon holding hands for a gun, but yeah, I don't really know what that's for exactly. More relaxed hands. Looks like hands to hold the Meteor Storm shaft, even though it doesn't come with that. But most of these are taken directly from Meteor's molds, so that's why you have the look of these. And then these are his Meteor posy hands, so he goes, wah, which I think Gentaro actually did in the movie, if I remember correctly. So why not pose him with those, because we can do that. So this figure, not entirely worth it. If you're a huge fan of the form, then I would suggest picking it up only because there isn't another alternative. There isn't an FMCS series release, or I think there's a vinyl, but I mean that's not really a posable action figure of any kind. So with that in mind, it's probably a good pickup if you're a huge fan of the form and really want it. If you want to wait, the Meteor Nadeshiko Fusion States from the Ultimatum movie is coming out in July, June or July, somewhere around there, as a Tamashii Web exclusive, so you can always wait for that release since it's fairly close to that one. Just a few coloration differences, and the skis, but that's a thing. And more rocket modules and stuff too, so lots of fun new things with that one. But if you can wait for the Nadeshiko one, you'll get a little bit more in the package than you do with this one, which is just a bunch of hands. Lots and lots of hands. But unless you're a huge fan of the form, not really worth the pickup. It's floppy, joints are loose, and like I think with most Tamashii Web exclusives, the price you pay for these, either quality control like that is really unexcusable, I think. So unless you're a huge fan of the form, definitely not really recommended. Fortunately, I really wanted to like it, but the joint quality just kind of falls flat for me. So you can check out shokunshobe.com for latest updates on my reviews and hauls, and of course check out Riders, Rangers, and Rambles, the podcast bringing the latest token news in the quickest way possible. And of course, you can buy S.H.Figuarts and more Kamen Rider merchandise at cstoysjapan.com. So take care and have a great one. Bye.